Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first showcase. Hopefully, I can make many more, but this is my first one, and I thought I'd just make a video about it. It's a find the button system. I'll show you how I made it. I'll explain what the script does, all that. It's not gonna win any beauty awards, but this is pretty much it. So pretty much what you do, if you go in this model, which I'll be linking in the description. You have a README script that goes over everything I'm about to talk about. But I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it. But first, what you want to do is select your buttons and doors, and you want to drag that to the workspace. Bam. Alright, now we want to drag the FTP server script right here to server script service. And then for the module, we want to go into replicated storage, and we're going to add a folder called modules. And then we're going to drag that module inside that folder we just made. Now that we did all that, we can have a look into our server script. It's not even that big, 7 lines. Pretty much all this does is gets the buttons folder, which we'll call down here. We actually don't need this right here, so we can actually get rid of that. Pretty much this references the buttons folder we just put in the workspace. This references the module that we have in replicated storage. And then all this does, it goes for a loop, and it loops through the buttons folder, and for every button, it runs this function on it. Yeah, that's pretty much all it does. You don't even need to mess with that. So let's go to the main module function here. It's a bit bigger, but we actually don't even need this button thing here. Get rid of that. Very simple. Pretty much one function. And then we have a doors reference up here for the doors folder. Pretty much all it does. You have an attribute called button, which is it's the button right here. It's all these buttons right here. Each one gets their own function, so just imagine this function inside of all the buttons that will be in this folder right there. So pretty much all it does is gets the click detector that is inside of each button there. And then local connected door is going to search in the doors folder, finding the first child, which is in this button's attribute. If you scroll all the way down, it has an attribute called connected door. And it's the same name as the door that you want to link up to this button. This one is door 1, and for this button is door 2. I can showcase it after I'm done explaining the script. But pretty much, whenever you click a button, it's going to run this script. It's going to then find what door the button will link up to. In this button, it will be door 1. Then when you click it, it'll run a function. It's going to set the click detector's max activation distance to 0, so you can't click it again. It's then going to make the door, able to walk through. It's going to make you able to walk through it, and then it's going to turn halfway invisible, just a little indicator to show you can walk through it. And then it's going to wait 5 seconds, and then it's going to make the door closed again, and then it's going to reactivate the max activation distance, and that's it. That's all it does. I'll showcase right now. I hop in here, closes button 1. It'll only go to door 1. See, I can't click it. You can probably hear my mouse. Can't click it. You can walk through it, but then after 5 seconds, can't walk through it anymore. With button 2, I can walk through it all I want, but after that 5 seconds is up, it's going to go back to closed. And now I'm going to show you how you can add your own door. So all you want to do is duplicate the door, and you're going to rename it to, let's say, door 3. And then we want to move it over. And then we want to duplicate one of the buttons. It doesn't matter what button you duplicate. Every button can have a random name or the same name. It doesn't matter. I want to duplicate the button. move it over to wherever you want your button to be on your map. But there's something you have to do with the button. Go into the button you just did, go down to its attributes, and then the connected door has to be the same exact name to the door you want to link up to, which is door 3. You can hit Control C on the name, or you can just type it out down here. There we go. It's now connected to door 3. And we can, like, just to show you, doesn't matter where the buttons are, they'll open their connected door. Now if we test, this button opens up that door, this button's open up that door, now in that door. And then they'll all go back after 5 seconds. Now let's say you don't want it to just be 5 seconds. Maybe that's too short, or maybe that's too long for what your needs are. I'm going to show you how you can change that right now. So first what we're going to want to do is go into our main module. Actually, no, not that first. Go into the door. Or the button. You can either do the button or the door, to be honest. Since we already have attribute in the button, we're just going to do it in the button. You're going to add an attribute called door timer, something along those lines. And we're going to make the type a number. Save that. And then we're going to, this number is going to be the time in seconds that we want the door to be open for. And just make it 5. And I guess now we can rename our buttons. So let's just make this door 1 button. And we'll make this one door 2 button. Put the same attribute down here. Oh, not a string. Make that a number. Save. And we'll make this one 10 seconds. Or we'll make it 3 seconds for video's sake. That one's 5 seconds. Make sure it's the same name on all the buttons. So if you duplicate it, it'll be the same name, so you don't have to worry about that. There we go. Now in the main module, all we have to do is drop a line right here. And now you want to say local door timer. And that's going to be equal to the button get attribute door timer. And in the test.wait, we can just say door timer. And that should be all. So if we test out now, click output, there's no errors, that's good. So this is door 1, I believe that's, let's see, got door 1 button, that's gonna be 5 seconds. So if we click this, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then goes back to a door. And this one is 3 seconds, so when you click it and count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then goes back. And there you go, you now have a pretty modifiable find the button system, and all you have to do is just change the attributes, and then you'll be good to go. I hope you liked it. My first system. Looking forward to making more. If you have any questions, just comment them down below, and I'll see y'all next time. So peace out.